Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a block! Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part: if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You must show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Who daggered the monkey is the question we're asking this evening. After over 5 years of investigation, and now that we get to trial and going all around in circle with a defense team asking to throw the case out, them have to obey it. Them have to set something power. So that's why we're asking this evening, who braced the monkey? Could it be Kim? Possibly not. She can barely keep up with her legal fees. Could it be Pinnock? Highly likely. Could it even be Ruel Reed? More than highly likely. But somebody have to dog a monkey in this scenario where we're just going around and around and around in circle. We may never get justice in this $50 million fraud case that has even made its way to the Privy Council before getting into the criminal courts, is now at the criminal courts, but is still going around in delays and circle. Could we see a no case to answer? Could we see a no case to answer coming out of the Ruel Reed case? A long-awaited report has been tabled in relation to Dr. Tufton and Market Me this evening. We will get more into that further down the road, but it seems as if no charges has been recommended to be brought against Dr. Tufton. Quite a bit of robust shuffle in Parliament this evening. The People's National Party really pushed back. The government came with the composition and the chair of the select committees of Parliament, which the People's National Party made a robust push on, which ended the debate without a resolution, and then there'll be a cross-party talk between leaders of the House, and the debate will resume next Thursday. So we will look at how that progress down the road. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Me not going to roll call this evening, but accept one big old good evening from me, everybody on any platform you're on, whether you're on Global TV Studios, whether you're on GTV, or you're on Producer in Global TV, or Global TV on TikTok. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Lovely to have your support. Now, let us start with the criminal, Ruel Reed, because Ruel Reed is quite brazen. And the Tivoli Garden butcher, Bruce Golden, said something the other day that Jamaica has what many other jurisdiction has lost. Maybe you're right in the sense, Mr. Golden, that with the brazen criminals that we have, like Ruel Reed and others, who are on trial, but is still campaigning and signaling a fourth term. So yes, Jamaica have, where some other jurisdiction have, like brazen criminal who fought all the way to the Privy Council not to stand trial for the 50 million rather, that he defrauded from the education budget with him and his compatriot and his whole family. The case has been under investigation forever. No prosecutors say them never have time to review evidence that's been served upon. What is going on in this case? Why everything to do with high and mighty people wanna decide to play us and fool us? 5 years And the defense are saying they're not ready. They need more time to review evidence. I don't get it. I mean, and the judges are allowing that. The time we've been waiting in this case, the judge should make a pronouncement in this case. We will start trial an exact date, whether you are ready or not. You have enough time to prepare. You can't keep allowing them to delay justice. Justice delayed is justice denied. And this is what we're seeing in the $50 million fraud of the former Minister of Education. Remember, say for him, government want to legalize Obia in our country. And Rural Read, all one independent child for fraud. Rural Read a campaign for fourth term. Criminal amongst honorable men. Criminals amongst honorable men. Bear with.
Did he just say fourth term? Fourth term? This corrupted piece of... What a sense of entitlement. You're on your way to trial on charges of fraud. 50 million fraud. And when questioned by the reporters, you want to speak about fourth term? Fourth term? So you're showing your political connections. I hope at the end of this trial is actually a fourth term. 4 consecutive terms of a minimum of 10 years each. You entitled, corrupted piece of nastiness.
Yes, Bruce Golden. That's what we have with other jurisdiction. Glass. That's what we still harbor. That's what other jurisdiction have lost. But we're keeping our eye closely day by day on how this is going, because the corruption look like it all the way up in our face already. Usual in a Jamaica corruption, the right up in our face. But you can see on this matter of Rural Read, where they keep playing us. Him got the Privy Council, and the Privy Council say, you thief, you must stand trial. Paula sit, the whole of the time Paula was there was no readiness for trial. And we trial set for 2 weeks or so after Paula gone, and then now they're just playing games with us. Oh no, it's Jamaica that this is a game thing. They are literally playing a game with us. It's a theater. We soon likely to hear say Rural Read not on a case for answer. Because remember the first thing they can tell we say they can't find 15% of the witness them. They cannot find 15% of the witness. No defense said they don't have time to review evidence, but all the evidence. But even though they don't have time to review all the evidence, them still asking for the judge to throw the case out. They're still asking for the judge to throw the case out. Even though them a cry, creasy, we're not fully ready yet. We need time. Certain evidence never disclosed to us in time. And we need time to review the evidence. But still, you're saying there's no case to answer. How you work them thing that together? Then to put when you review the information, where review yet, there's a case in it to answer. Me not understand where Royal Reed lawyer talk about. That's why me ask tonight who screwed the monkey, because them people you obia with. Obia have to in this, yeah. After 5 years, after more than 5 years, and defense come a court, come tell we say, Dido and that, and judge keep giving them more time to play dilly-dally, push it down, kick the can down the road with us. We have wasted enough time on this. I mean, you all, when did it get to Grace McLean? It was time has passed, wasn't it? We waited until time has passed with Grace McLean as the case. So, who's then, sir? Mr. Defense Attorney, who responsible for the $50 million? Can we lose it, And they have paper trail where Royal Reed stash it in a helper and drive a name. So who responsible if Royal Reed and his co-accused not on a case for answer? Who responsible for the $50 million, sir? Could it be Andrew Holness? Could it be Andrew Holness responsible for the 50 million if the defense said they don't have no case to answer, and the defense sit down for however long and a court come tell us now them need time to review information? Or is it really true that the prosecution would have disclosed information to them late where they don't get fit trial over the prosecution, everybody in the game? If that is true, everybody in the game, they're all playing us. TikTok, tap up the screen, please. Thank you all for being here, but tap up the screen for me now. If that is true, that under the disclosure rules, evidence was disclosed to the defense team late, even though they're asking the court to throw the case out. Is the prosecution playing games with us? Is this a delaying tactic also coming from both sides to continue to kick the can down the road so we'll never get justice? Because them asked already if it throw out the case. What if the judge really heard that application and really ruled in their favor? Could I do that to all scammers as well? Or that doesn't apply to scammers in the many different Jamaica we live in? A whole heap of Jamaica, like the Jamaica that Jamar Ferguson lives in, and the Jamaica that the people of Commodore lives in. Several different Jamaicas. And them whole way rub it up in our face every day. Because there's a Jamaica that Grace McLean lives in. At least Royal Reed have the embarrassment of going back and forth to court, which may be the only thing that we see Royal Reed face punishment-wise is the traveling back and forth to court. Grace McLean never even get the chance. I believe Grace McLean is still being paid from the public purse. Grace McLean, I believe, the last time I checked, is still being paid. When it comes to Grace McLean, we were told that time has passed. This is the thing that they do to us. After them rob we, prosecutors and investigators sit down and waste out the thing till the limitation has run out on it, and them tell us that they can't do anything else. See, we're moving up to another game again. We're in this game from 2019. This game has made it all the way up to Privy Council. This game has made it all the way to the Privy Council. And it's back in the Jamaican court dancing about. This is taxpayers' money as well, you know. Globalists. After a $50 million fraud, after the $50 million fraud, a whole heap of money we spent. TikTok love whole people comment. A whole heap of money we spent. I don't know why it not allow me to release your comment detail and teach. A whole heap of money we spent on legal fee to have this going nowhere. It's not like we even see that this case is going somewhere. Every time it surfaces, it's just literally like it's going nowhere. It's like they're trying to get us normalized in the paper, because if you follow the different string of reporting from late last year onwards, it's like everybody a coach with to know say, okay, Royal Reed I go walk free. So me want to just get used to the idea from now that Royal Reed I go walk free. So the pain don't so hot when I see the Royal Reed walk free. I think that's where it's going. The game, justice in our country has become a real game. I tell you, a perfect old game is what justice has become in our country. But it's JLP government, people who are always corrupt, thief, conflict of interest, irregularity, and all of those things that Dr. Tufton has been flogged for by the Integrity Commission in this evening's tabled report, even though they possibly haven't recommended charges. But $80 million worth of contract. There were many gaps in Dr. Tufton's evidence. Conflict of interest and irregularities have been Dr. Tufton has been cited for by the Integrity Commission. And these are the same people who continue to lead Jamaica into a very destructive path. The same doctor who don't care about life and health, and has been Dr. Tufton. This young man from the fire brigade make an appeal to Dr. Tufton, but I think he needs to make the appeal broader to Andrew Holness and Desmond McKenzie, because my understanding, if it has not changed, the oversight of the fire brigade is in the office of the Prime Minister, and it's a kind of share partnership between the office of the Prime Minister and the Minister of Local Government. Is that the correct understanding? Does anyone know? But that is my understanding, that the fire brigade oversight is in the office of the Prime Minister, and it's kind of a shared partnership between the Minister of Local Government, which is Desmond McKenzie, and the office of the Prime Minister, the office of Plenty Ministry, rather, run by Andrew Holness. So his appeal need to be more broader to those as well in charge. Yes, it's good that he call upon Dr. Tufton as the health ministry, but those who have oversight of the ministry, given what we have seen unfolded at Mr. Rose's funeral on Saturday, where Mr. Rose was overworked, underpaid by the Jamaica Fire Brigade, it seems that there is no care over there for them. So he's asking, it's a cry for help for the men and women who are first responders in our country, where private sector say the government for cut on. Even though the private sector never have a problem when the government raise their salary to 300% by 300%. The government, the private sector say, oh no, public sector worker can't get no pay rise, but on a workload continue to increase.
Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, we need your intervention. We need your help in the fire brigade. We are going through an unprecedented period, a condition never before in the history of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, as so many members lost their life. When you look at it nominally, if you look at it on the rate at which firefighters are dying, losing their lives, young members in the prime years of their life, if you juxtapose that against any other first responders, the police, the nurses, the military persons, we are way ahead. We're far, far ahead. We are dead off like fly, and it's like nobody no care. I want to help out Brother Desmond. Him alone can't manage the Jamaica Fire Brigade. And the leadership of the brigade is exploiting him. It's not a good look, Dr. Tufton. Please, sir, please intervene in the health care and the welfare of the Jamaica Fire Brigade members. Please.
He ought to be calling on Andrew Holness and Desmond McKenzie, isn't it? The Fire Brigade operates out of the office of the Prime Minister, and local government ministry has quite some bit to do with the operations of the Fire Brigade as well. So those people are the people who must look into the health concerns of workers at the Fire Brigade. But let us see what happens in the Royal Reed case, because it looked disturbing. It looked like we just wait after being defrauded 50 million. Raymond G. Wagwan. After $50 million worth of fraud and over 5 years of money on investigation. Because remember, when Royal Reed went all the way to the Privy Council with this, we had to defend this all the way up to the Privy Council. We had to respond to this all the way up to the Privy Council. So even after $50 million worth of fraud, Royal Reed still rich enough to have a jagger all over the whole place. I doubt if a scammer with that level of money would be on bail pending trial. You see, I doubt it. Possibly not. It's highly likely that before the end of the life of Parliament for the next 5 years, we could see a Royal Reed back in the Senate. We could see a Royal Reed back in Andrew Holness' government. This is a government that chutters on without integrity. It would not look at Dalrymple Filbert. Look at Bobby Montague. Look at Andrew Wheatley. Look at Andrew Holness himself. Billions. Almost $500 million. Andrew can't tell we who just jack up a cash pint and put in an account. So this government will chatter on without any integrity. They're used to it. It's become natural to them. So when they are beat up remote, they don't even know what we are talking about. Because for them, what they are doing, it's just the norm. But on the leaking, Juliet Holness, on the leaking, Juliet Holness, good God Almighty, this is one of the things why we never want you back there, because there's no rules there. Whenever there's a report surface in Parliament and Juliet Holness get hold of it, Cliff Hughes knows about it before it's been tabled in Parliament. Even though these same people who are doing it try to brand the Integrity Commission as if it is the Integrity Commission that is leaking these information to Cliff Hughes. Nobody at the Integrity Commission and Cliff Hughes will have the relationship what Uno and Cliff Hughes have. Uno ever see anybody, whenever see Cliff Hughes, Lady Malvina Bachelet, and defend anybody over Integrity Commission like him always defend Uno over Labour. These are the things we're talking about. Juliet Holness. Juliet Holness have no respect for procedures, no respect for privacy, no respect for independency. It's a family corporation. Our country, if you've never heard of Jamaica, and it's the first time you're hearing of Jamaica, it's a family corporation. The Holness is corporation. We need to change that backside name. And Tapua can't talk about Jamaica. What Jamaica are they talking about? The Wholeness is corporation, and that's how we live. And I saw if you walk, and when anybody asks where you come from, when you tell them so you come from, the Wholeness is corporation. Because it is what our country has become, a corporation for the Wholenesses. It's theirs to do what they want to do with it. It is theirs what they want to do with it. That's why Royal Reid on fraud trial for $50 million cannot signal fourth term. If them never monkey, them couldn't so brazen in front of we with them crime. But somebody love up the monkey pandis. So Zulika just rightly called it out in Parliament this evening of the continuous leak of Integrity Commission report to Nationwide.
There's going to be, among other items, the tabling of a report by the Integrity Commission into alleged conflicts of interest involving the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, the Ministry of Health, and the public relations firm Market Me. That is expected to be tabled in the House this afternoon. And I gather it's one of about 3 or 4 reports from the Integrity Commission that is now in the possession of the leaders of the parliament and will be tabled shortly. We understand that the Tufton Market Me report examines whether Tufton used his power as minister to direct the ministry to award contracts to Market Me. It's also understood that the report examines the relationship between Dr. Tufton and one of the principals of Market Me, and whether that relationship had a bearing on the award of contracts to the company. Yeah. That report, I gather, is being watched closely because of the suspicions, the rumors.
Now, Section 53, I don't remember what subsection right now. I think it's subsection B, I think, is a very contentious area in the Integrity Commission Act, where until a report is being tabled, parliamentarian is prohibited from speaking about it. Who gave Cliff Hughes the information before the tabling of the report? Is this not a criminal offense? Is this not something that ought to be investigated? Just asking. Because based on Section 53 and the required subsection, that's what they relied on to keep their mouth shut when they're asked if they know who is under investigation. So how come, and it's not the first Juliet Holness did it. She also did it in Andrew Holness's thingy last year, September, when Cliff Hughes told us what was in the report, contents of the report, before the report was being tabled. Is this not a criminal offense under Section 53? I don't know, I'm just asking. But then again, who keep rule in an Andrew Holness and Juliet Holness organization? Who does? How can we hold Juliet Holness and Andrew Holness accountable for how they run their corporation? For them corporation, you know, they set the tone. I wonder if they have a relative where a judge where they can just take over the entire governing structure of the country. Because all they need now is to find a judge family to elevate, do over Brian Sykes and elevate one of their family to the judiciary. And then the entire administration, the entire administration become an Andrew Holness organization. Jamaica people want to really understand how our country I go. I mean, the People's National Party really made a robust pushback this evening. It looked promising. But I wonder if that will really make Andrew take heed, and Andrew will see the need to compromise, particularly on the constitutional review matter, even though we don't want Andrew Holness to touch the constitution, but generally on his legislative agenda. You don't have the number, Prime Minister, to continue playing the bully boy tactics. It's not going to work this time round. This 5-year period, Prime Minister, you need to approach it with humble pies. You don't have the number to swan around the garden with your bullshit. So if it is in the interest of the country and the wholeness, we expect you to get down off the high horse, come aground now. All right, you're up there for 5 years. We know, so you get used to flying. You never know, say wing can broke. Get used to broke wing. See how hard it be for Damian Crawford to get used to saying Mr. Speaker rather than Mr. President. You may have to, over time, get used to the lust of power when it comes to your legislative agenda. Parliament, though your wife can set the agenda based on the position where you place her in, but you can't come with the dead of night legislation and them something there anymore. I wish further on that Mark Gold in them do a greater pushback when it comes to Juliet. They must use that power that they have, refuse to negotiate, refuse to assist with your legislative agenda if you don't remove your wife. There's nothing that says the opposition have to vote with you. If you are not willing to compromise with the opposition don't have to play your game either. Just like how you see there's a showdown in the United States Senate at the moment over the country's spending. We no can hold Andrew Holness to ransom PNP. We're not entitled to do that. It's not a sin. It's not a crime. It is politics. And it must be played as a politics go. It must be played. You can deploy that strategy against Andrew Holness to break that tie that him and his wife have on two of the arms of government in our country. You can break it. You just need to play your game serious. And you don't have the numbers to stick out. If Uno tell Andrew say we cannot support your legislative agenda with a family controlling the legislature and the executive, Andrew Holness will have to cave into something. But if we don't play the game soft with Andrew Holness, he might go continue to ride along like him don't care. But the pushback this evening on the composition and chair of the committees was quite a robust pushback, because what it does, it now force the government to go back into negotiation with the opposition on how they will move forward with particularly the chair of the committees. So we look forward, King Lucas Wagon, we look forward to see how that debate will pan out next Thursday. But I do believe the PNP must take another shot at the Speaker of the House, because they are fully aware that not just only PNP, even independent Jamaicans are not comfortable with two of the most powerful arm of the Constitution is in one family. It's just not a good thing when it comes to democracy and oversight and independence. They can use that last ploy against them. Refuse to vote with any of Andrew legislation if they don't ask Juliet Holness to resign. Then it would be left to Andrew Holness to make sure that for the next 5 years, I rather keep my wife up there than get a legislation through. So that would show us even though he cares about his wife and he cares about us, that's obvious and that would be normal. But it would really show us that it's nothing, there's nothing here for the people of Jamaica. This is about protecting and enriching me and my family. But the PNP need to, I think they need to ask further question on these things. If it's not crime, if it's not an offense, these leaking to nationwide before of contents of the report and who the report is regarding before the report has been tabled, if this is not a breach of Section 53 of the Integrity Commission Act. Maybe the PNP need to look into that issue there further as the justice spokesperson. But it cannot be that Cliff Hughes, before a report is tabled, Cliff Hughes can come out, come tell we who the report is being tabled about and what other the contents of the reports are. So, but then again, it's Andrew Holness and Juliet country, isn't it? Or you go tell somebody how to run them corporation. Can't tell people how to run them corporation. Everett Warmington come back to Parliament with the same foolishness this evening as usual. Same foolishness as usual. Has anyone heard anything of Jaden Smith? Because this story is kind of getting quiet. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's me, but this the missing the young man Jaden Smith, the missing young man Jaden Smith. The story is kind of falling off the radar. Anyone knows of any recent update? Because me not see no new publication of searches, if the searches are still ongoing, so on and so forth. But it's all spooky. And you're aware of that young girl who was missing from where? Is it Manchester High School? Let me see. Sorry. I forgot to put that one on my slide. Beg your pardon. From Manchester. She was found in bushes in Manchester. She's from, I think, the Spalding area. But we're waiting to see the development because her body was found partially burnt in bushes in Manchester. There are unconfirmed reports of unconfirmed report from the security service of her father's involvement that I'm not going to speak further about until there I see confirmed reporting from the security services on that matter. So you see, Andrew Holness is putting out $2 million rather to get information on what took place in Commodore. But we are still waiting on the Prime Minister to update the nation on the murder that took place in Cherokee Lane. Bear with us. Bear with me. Let me refresh this a bit. Let me refresh this. What is wrong with my internet tonight? Bear with us. Not now working in our country though, globalists.
As you are aware, last night we had a very unfortunate situation in the community of Commodore, where 9 persons were impacted. 5 eventually died from the attack by gunmen. Men posing as police officers stormed into a residence there along Commodore Road. We are strongly of the view that it is young.
So are you aware that over Sunday night, it was 12 people being shot, 9 in Linstead, and 3 in Kingston. 1 died in Kingston, and 5 died in Linstead. That's our Jamaica.
Violence that is playing out in Commodore. We have been monitoring this space for a while, and fortunately, for over a year, we hadn't had any much situation in the Commodore space. And so, you know, it is a shocker to us. A very, very awful scene, I must say. You go on a scene and you'll see even the dog was killed. All right, so we have a 4-year-old who attended this school, the Rosemont Primary and Infant School, and she lost her life in that incident last night in the Commodore district. I just want to assure you that we, as law enforcement from the St. Catherine North Division, we are going to do everything in our powers to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to justice, and we are going to try to do that as quick as possible. We're going to use all legal means to pursue these suspects, and we are going to bring them to justice. In the meantime, we just want to offer our condolences as a police force to the school family, understanding that you are hurting. We understand that the community is hurting, and that together we have to work to get rid of these criminals, to take them off the streets and to put them where they belong, have them incarcerated for as long as the law allows them to be. So far, we have the other persons in hospital, conditions said to be serious, so we continue to monitor even that situation. But we're not going to be daunted by it. We're going to be doing some serious work. This has the attention of the High Command and the entire country.
Other part they hurt me. This have the attention of the High Command and the entire country. Cheryl Allen, how you do? This have the attention of the High Command and the entire country. So that is the only shooting in Jamaica. So what about this? Does this not have the attention of the High Command?
The 15th of September was a dangerous day in Jamaica, a day we must never forget. What about the 15th of September? I'm going somewhere. 23 police officers went down to Cherokee Lane with a blank warrant, wrong name, wrong house. When the police went to that address, they had one intention. Because who don't know when you go on them type of operation, you're going to parade and you are given special instruction. And I can tell you, it is my belief that they got instruction from the person in charge of the operation. Said this operation your name, we not care nobody go jail. This operation is dubbed straight to the mark. Hence, they knocked the door of Jamar Ferguson. They knocked this door. Jamar Ferguson reached room 234, eating a patty. Went upstairs 2:38. The police came at the door, him see them on the camera. Him let them in 2:56. And this is where it get tricky. He come down in a black marina with his phone in his hands. He surrendered as he opened the door. The police came in. 23 police on the operation. Them later lead him to a room, and the reports are, when them have him in the room, him stretch in the close them if he draw a gun, and 2 policemen fire 2 shots each. Me I think about the number. 2 police fire 2 shots each. Me say ask, wanna fire them 2 shots there same time, or 1 police fire before 1? 2 shots each, killing Jamar Ferguson. I can safely say now, after 10 days of waiting and watching the video and coming to an independent conclusion, the police murdered Jamar Ferguson in cold blood. What happened at Cherry was nothing short of extrajudicial killing. 23 police. The thing is, none of them is innocent. The 23 police is guilty and should be charged with murder. Nobody in that squad said no. Everybody have the same story. It was a shootout. Had it not been this camera, we would not have known. We might would have believed that in fact it was a shootout. Thanks to the camera. The police refused to wear body camera. The high command of the police with the minister of security refused that the police wear cameras and these operations. And this is the reason why. 22 years old, gunned down in his own house, a working individual, a taxpayer, an innocent victim, murdered by members of security forces. The police tampered with the crime scene. If the shooting did clean, why on the turn camera? Why on the plug out Wi-Fi? This was a Hollywood type of murder. Murder and fix the crime scene same time. How long, how much more? How much more Jamar Ferguson have there been? I keep asking, how much more will they be? What happened September 15, you know? Make no mistake. Could happen anywhere else. Any local ghetto. Everybody who have boy pitney must take this thing as an indictment against the innocent civilian. It can't continue. And what surprised me, that after 10 days, nothing from the Minister of Security, nothing from the Justice Minister, nothing from the Prime Minister, nothing from the churches, nothing from the private sector. Then I must understand that this is the way forward. Then, if the gunman come and knock your door, you don't let in the gunman kick out the door and murder you. If the police come and knock the door, you don't pull the door, the police kick out the door. And if the police come and call you and you come out and surrender, you can be taken back in the house and killed. It can't stand. This barbaric, this dangerous, this wickedness can't stand. Somebody has to pay. Somebody have to be taking police out of frontline duties here and there now, you know. That is with that damn ship see a long time now, you know. A time to head road now, somebody have to answer. In the come of too much investigation, too much other case to deal with. We have 23 murderers now. Just in a station so with gun, he can't stand. These 23 police is 23 low life. 23 murderer, half a flush out of the system. It's as simple as that. You kill him, you turn in camera, you plug out Wi-Fi, you leave with camera, you fix the crime scene, you plant a gun. How much more? We're next. Because we're not going to go up at Cherry Garden and Beverly Hills and in the poor little place we're not going to go. Where else? Who else going to suffer because a wicked policeman and woman? They can't stand.
No, everybody, a lot of us Jamaicans, home and abroad, has been calling on the government and many different aspects of the government, the opposition, the private sector, the churches, some other sectors of civil society that has turned a blatant blind eye to the killing of Jamar Ferguson. And nobody acknowledges what happened. And see, as Commodore happened, not that we're not sympathizing with Commodore, don't see it as that. We are trying to show you how the government is playing games with us. It's not that we don't recognize, we don't empathize or sympathize with what happened in Commodore. That's not it. We're trying to show you how the government is playing us, because they want to come out now and they want to make all them talk and they want to recognize life when it is so-called taken by a gangster. But when we see the blatant evidence in public where police have taken innocent life and not even our safety or not even the pursuit of justice, where government can't come out, come reassure we, and them say we not fit talk. Them say we don't fit talk because we're PNP and we're all that jazz.
And where the blood clot this? And where the blood clot this?
This now viral video shows the now deceased Jamar Farquharson opening the door to his dwelling in Cherry Lane, Clarendon, minutes to 3 p.m. Monday, September 15. The concern for relatives is what happened before and or after this apparent surrender that would cause the 22-year-old mixologist to be killed by police. A request to the JSA for the official report on the fatal shooting has gone unanswered. But CCTV footage obtained by CVM News from 2:34 up to 3 p.m. gives us a timeline of the events. The first video was captured at 2:34 p.m. Jamar arrives home from work. His housemate, who also works with him, confirmed this with CVM News. He's eating a patty and makes his way upstairs to his room. At 2:38 p.m., he takes off his shirt and walks to his room. He stays there until 2:56 p.m. when he sees the police arrive at the gate. He runs with his phone to let them inside. He was home alone. This is where the plot develops. From this video, we know Jamar is outside. 2:57 to 2:58 p.m., police enter and search the entire building. The cameras don't show it, but they forced their way into 4 other rooms other than Jamar's. When we visited, we were shown the damage to each door. In fact, this door was badly damaged. No one else was there. Then they turned this camera sideways. But it continues recording on a cloud. They unplugged the internet at 3:31 p.m. But the camera downstairs continued recording before the police disconnected the internet and captured several of the team members.
Come to the police, This was a clean kill. And him one day home. We removed the camera footage. Nobody not there to testify against we. Everybody have to believe whatever story. Tap up the screen, please, TikTok. Tap up the screen, please. Everybody have to believe whatever story will come out, can't tell them. Because him one did it. Nobody did to testify to the action. And we take whole and control of the camera them. Unbeknown, lackadaisic dunce Jamaican police officer, there's a thing that's called recording and storing in the cloud. Record and storing in the cloud, not necessarily to a device. Store it in the cloud. And that's what showed us the level of criminality that is deployed against us by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Killing us, planting weapons on us, releasing statement of lies against us. These are the length that we have evidence of that the Jamaica Constabulary Force will go to secure our demise. And that's what they thought in the Jamar Ferguson case. Them never know to say the evidence would have surfaced because nobody not did it. Then take all of the camera. Andrew Holness, we've got news for you. The camera footage are here. It's no longer the public's, the police officer's statement against grieving relatives or community members' statement. It's no longer that we're arguing, and even though prior to Jamar Ferguson, we have evidence as gruesome, more gruesome than Jamar Ferguson, because Romario's execution was captured on camera. Romario's execution, and the wholeness, by the Jamaica Constabulary Force was even more gruesome than Jamar. His execution placed knelt down, bullets pumped with his hand placed on his head, bullet pumped into him by the Jamaica Constabulary Force criminals. And they went to the media and told the media it was a shootout. That we have evidence of. Jamar is not the first. The question is, how much of these 200 and odd men that the Jamaica Constabulary Force cut down this year was a similar case to Romeo or Jamar or Mr. Montague, as what the people of Dalston and Westmoreland is saying? When you say the police them let loose span with, when you say that it's a free for all, any police can take a swipe at us. You notice that?
This now viral video shows the now deceased Jamar Farquharson opening the door to his dwelling in Cherry Lane, Clarendon, minutes to 3 p.m. Monday, September 15. The concern for relatives is what happened before and or after this apparent surrender that would cause the 22-year-old mixologist to be killed by police. A request to the JSA for the official report on the fatal shooting has gone unanswered. But CCTV footage obtained by CVM News from 2:34 up to 3 p.m. gives us a timeline of the events. The first video was captured at 2:34 p.m. Jamar arrives home from work. His housemate, who also works with him, confirmed this with CVM News. He's eating a patty and makes his way upstairs to his room. At 2:38 p.m., he takes off his shirt and walks to his room. He stays there until 2:50.
Let me say to the government, come Ed Bad, you're not going to use your mass murders that you regularly go around the country and do from Cherry Lane to now. You're not going to use your murders, your mass shootings to distract us. We're going to stay on track, and we're going to call out the brutality. Because today to the Prime Minister, we don't know if police don't involve in the Commodore massacre. We don't know. We don't have any evidence. We cannot definitively say that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is not involved in the Commodore massacre.
6 p.m. when he sees the police arrive at the gate, he runs with his phone to let them inside. He was home alone. This is where the plot develops. From this video, we know Jamar is outside. 2:57 to 2:58 p.m. Police enter and...
Do you know how sad and cold this thing is? This innocent young man was murdered for no reason. He died amongst criminals. And if there was no video footage, all of us was going to put him down as just another criminal. Do you understand the stain to even the young man's spirit? Do you understand the stain that these people place on these young men? Even when you kill them innocently, they must go down as villains. They must go down as villains.
Search the entire building. The cameras don't show it, but they force their way into 4 other rooms other than Jamar's. When we visited, we were shown the damage to each door. In fact, this door was badly damaged. No one else was there. Then they turned this camera sideways. But it continues recording on a cloud. They unplugged the internet at 3:31 p.m. But the camera downstairs continued recording before the police disconnected the internet and captured several of the team members walking in and out, stopping and checking behind the chairs, conversing with each other, even talking on the phone. In this video alone, we count at least 10 policemen and women in conversation while Jamar is outside. The last video was recorded at 3:31 p.m. The other tenant says the internet was disconnected and his 3 cameras upstairs taken by police. He brought us to the room and showed us what appeared to be bullet holes in the wall where Jamar was reportedly shot. Bloodstains were still present. Indicom has all the footage seen by CVM News and is investigating. The other tenant has since moved out in fear, telling CVM News the police have circled the area every day since the shooting. Residents staged a protest on Saturday demanding answers. Jamar's aunt, who raised him, also wants answers.
It don't take a rocket science to know that you have to have a search warrant. Whose name is on the search warrant?
Giovanni Dennis.
I don't know about ACP Phillips. I don't know about the commissioner of police, the illegal gun importer. I don't know about the prime minister who is under investigation for financial crimes. But when you weigh up to the both stories together, Prime Minister, Cherokee Lane and Commodore, both are devastating stories. But for me, Prime Minister, Cherokee comes with a scary thrill. Every time you listen to what happened, how far the police go, and imagine how farther it went given what we have not seen, given what it turned out to be. Did they shot him without him not looking? Did they place him on his knee as they did with Romario and then shot him? Was he pleading for his life? These are questions the mother, the family, the community, ordinary Jamaicans will have. He died amongst criminals. He possibly died begging for his life. Even though it's a scary chill to see 23 officers around you with gun, given that he knew he was not involved in criminal activities, he thought in his house with police officers he was possibly safe. He was taken out in a body bag. And you don't think that is something which is at the forefront of the nation's consciousness? You don't think that is something way at the forefront of the nation's consciousness? You don't think this has the nation's attention? You don't think this should have the attention of the High Command in the Jamaica Constabulary Force? Devastating though it is, Prime Minister, you're not going to use Commodore to distract us from the pursuit of justice for Cherokee Lane. We still await to hear from over Cherokee Lane. We still await to hear from the government the reassurance that we are safe. We want the reassurance that justice will be pursued and delivered at all costs in Jamar's Ferguson murder as well. It's not only when criminals kill we are being killed. And not just so. Hmm? And not just when criminal alone kill we are being killed. When police kill we as well, we are being killed. And a still life lost. A still blood spill. So don't go on like say ongo when bad man kill we with life matters. Or a ongo when bad man take we is a life taken. Look at how far the police officers went, Mr. Holness. Look at how far the police officers went to plant a gun, tell a lie, contaminate the crime scene, obstruction. Hmm? Obstruction of justice, Mr. Holness. You know that's a big crime. The cover up of a crime, Mr. Holness. Why not talk to it? Hmm? Why are not talking to it? We need answers from the government. We need justice for Jamar Ferguson. So don't try this chuckle with mass shooting, whether or not set it up or not. Whether or not have intelligence who could have stopped it or not. Whether Uno and the criminals them a work together if Uno do it or not. You all not are going to distract us. We're not going to be distracted because police murder we. And we're frightened. Hmm? We're frightened that the police could have come in our house and go at some extreme length to murder we and set we up, make we look like criminal. It is as sad, as frightening as it is. I mean, I care who want keep it in the public consciousness, but I'm going to do everything I can to keep it in the public consciousness because we're frightened. We ought to be frightened because you're not safe on road and you're not safe in your house. The only place we may be safe is in your grave because we're not safe in a prison either. Hmm? The only place we may enjoy like a safety in our grave, don't? It look like a desert then, are we not? Another direction that you think it'll go. Because if we're not safe a road, we're not safe a prison, we're not safe in our house, the grave may be the only place where we get solace and is free from these criminals and rogues that we have to interact with. But so far as it stands, we're not really safe anyway. And we're not really safe amongst them or around them. What are our problems? This unity. This bumbo clock unity. I think they can pick way off one. I that they can pick way off one, you know. Because when they pick way off one, it's nobody else's business. It's not at my doorway. It is not my pain. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't cost me money to bury an innocent child that the government has just killed. It is not at my doorway, said Jamaicans. But wouldn't you want to do something about it before it get to your doorway? Would you want to go through the pain that Jamar mother is going through? Or would you want to stand up and unite and fight for a better, more justiciable Jamaica? So more mothers don't have to continue to battle with the extrajudicial execution that we see the Jamaica Constabulary Force use as their main crime fighting tactics. We cannot lay down and die, Jamaica. We have come from too far. We were too rebellious on the plantation to be controlled by 1400 slave capturers. Or this unity is what everybody is using against us. They know we not unite. So they can pick we off one, and then till they can decimate the whole away, and nobody is there to cry out, because we're not business with one another. As long as we're belly full and we asleep at night time, uncomfortable, comfortable or not, it is not my problem. Until it becomes all of us problem, we are going to continue as a people to endure this broken, beleaguered, tagged, going nowhere, stop halfway upon road, reckless society that we live in. Safety. Police officers. It's quite frightening. But they are surviving of our disunity. The sooner we unite as a people, the sooner we find oneness amongst us and a common cause where we can unite around, we might be able to fight some of these oppression. But you can't always dodge and pick way off one because we just scatter just so. Don't? We just scatter just so. So then you can pick way off one and you barely miss somebody drop off of the chair because we're not walking like madam. We're not walking like a group of ants. Anyway, globalists. And nearly 1:13 in the morning in Brittany, and now stop. Me is going to go to my bed. The war between we and the Babylon them though can't over. Because the Babylons are hell bent on controlling us. And I am saying, you're going to have to kill me first. Because shutting up is not a thing in my thinking. So you just got to do what you have to do. I mean, they kill us even when we're not talking. What's the point dying in silence? Maybe if Jamar Ferguson was shouting, murder, murder, through the window or something, it may would have cautioned them not to kill him. I am not going to die in silence. I'd rather go down in a flame of glory than going down in a cloud of silence. Will not. Thank you very much for being here this night on Global TV. Lovely to have your support. As always, have yourself some good night rest. And please do join us back tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program when we continue to do it all over again. Thank you very much and good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, the God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that they only sit aside and rob and cheat and and not first and for. May God, what I seen to make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan, make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the right. Give a show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black baby man, show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big him and show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.